This is from Aradhana Satai. How does one practice detachment, especially from family? A pointed question, Swamiji. When monks leave home and hearth, do they shirk their responsibilities towards their family? What is true detachment and how is it achieved?
My first reaction would be, why ask me? I don't have a family. But then I thought maybe that's why she has asked me, because you walked away from your family, from your mother and father and brothers and cousins and all of that. So you are the expert on detaching yourself from the family. Can you tell me how I can detach myself from the family? And isn't it shirking your responsibility? How do you practice detachment? Vairagya, dispassion for the world and for worldliness. It's important. So much so that Swami Vivekananda says, Vairagya, this detachment, is the turning point in spirituality. When conventional religion becomes serious spirituality, those are my words, but he says it's a turning point in, the exact words Vivekananda used were, it's a turning point in the yoga. When our regular religiosity becomes yoga, serious spirituality, serious spiritual quest for enlightenment, moksha, nirvana, the turning point is this Vairagya, detachment. And then he says, the 4 yogas, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga and Jnana Yoga. In Karma Yoga, one must have dispassion for one's personal goals, personal desires. One must become selfless. One must give up selfishness. Huge step. My life is no longer centrally about I, me, mine. Yes, I need my daily meal, but that's it. It's not about I, me, mine. It's about something larger. Maybe the community, maybe world, some environment, something. Or service of God. This is how it's done. Karma Yoga is generally seen as service of God, not about me, myself. So that's one way which you practice detachment. Don't make it about yourself. In that case, what do you do with the family? Yes, it's about the family, but also larger, beyond the family. Because in the family also what is involved is I, me, myself, my family. The more you become open, you see those kids and those people are also like every other person, and you would want to be of help to others. So that's the detachment of the karma yogi, selflessness. The detachment of the bhakti yogi, of the devotee, Vivekananda puts it in powerful words, where you gather your 100 desires which are flowing out into the world. You gather them all in and channel them into one almighty love of God. What do I love? Whom do I love? God. So you don't love us. I love God in you. But still, that means you don't love me. No, I love the real you. The one who loves God in you loves the real you. What we call love is often delusion. That's why it leads to pain. If you love God in human beings, you will not be hurt. Love, a monk said, do you want to be happy? Yes. Right now? Yes. Endlessly happy? Yes. He says, fall in love with God. If you fall in love with human beings, you will be happy. But also it will always be mixed with a lot of pain. When you fall in love with a human being, what are you falling in love with? With a person. The person is a mixture of a body, a personality, is continuously evolving, and the one you have fallen in love with it is mostly our own projection, based on something that you have seen in that person. But that is also changing. And so we are very quickly disappointed. But if you fall in love with God, the divine in each being, it's there. It's not imagination. It may seem like imagination to us, but the testimony of all the saints is that spark of the divine is there in all beings. And equally so in all beings. So, your beloved will never go away from you. Your beloved will be ever new, coming in all these millions of different forms. You're ever in the presence of your beloved. But that's detachment. See, it's love, it's joy, but it's detachment. Because you have detached yourself from the worldly the world view of husband, wife, children, my community, my religion, I and the other. All of this goes away. because you are in love with God. So that's the second kind of detachment. There the detachment is not a dry detachment. I have to give up all worldly desires and be sort of a dried up kind of person, like a wall, not reacting to it. No, you're full of love and joy. Look at the lives of the saints. How joyful and happy they are. Then third is the detachment, Vairagya of the Raja Yogi. Very difficult. The meditator, Dhyani. What is the detachment? Vairagya. Says, I renounce all worldly experiences. Eyes want to see, I will not see. Ears want to hear, I will not hear. I will not smell, taste, touch. My mind wants to dwell on 1,000 worldly things. I will not. You tell the mind. This is from the Yoga Vasishta. How do you meditate? You drive this powerful suggestion into the mind that, oh mind, whatever you can think about, I'm not interested. I'm just not interested. The mind will say, I'll think about spiritual things. No, I'm not interested. I'll think about non-duality. No, I'm not interested. You say, why not? Because you are the non-dual Brahman. You don't require the mind to think about it. This is from a very high perspective. So this is the perspective of the dhyani, the meditator. Shut out the entire world. This is the dispassion, the vairagya of the meditator. And the meditator of the jnani, the Advaitin, is the highest of all. From the very beginning, the Advaitin has to say everything and everybody is an appearance. Brahman alone, the non-objective, pure subject, limitless awareness, or the ground of both subject and object. That alone is the reality. It may sound very abstract and trying to take a stand on the abstract, but from an Advaitic perspective, that is the reality. What we call the world is an abstraction. So this is the vairagya, dispassion of all of them. But she has asked more practical question. Are monks shirking the duty? What's in her mind is, suppose I'm detached from my, I'm feeling she's talking about her husband. And kids. And kids also. These are the sources of trouble. So, detachment. So am I shirking my responsibility if I'm detached from them? No. In all these four ways, karma, bhakti, dhyana and jnana, you will be able to do all your responsibilities, even better than you are doing now, to the actual satisfaction of others. But you don't try to satisfy them. Never, ever. What you should try to do is be spiritual. Hold on to the spiritual, not the spiritual avoiding the thing. Everything should be done. But all the work that you're doing in the house and in your community and in your career, it's karma yoga. What are you doing? Are you doing it for the kids or for the spouse? Or no, all of it is I'm doing for the divinity who has put me in this place. Yes, the divinity who appears as the children, as the son or the daughter. I am feeding the baby Krishna or the baby Jesus, or in whichever way appeals to you. I am offering this food. I am offering this service to divinity in that form. Every action that I do is a worship of that divinity. Then another form of detachment from the family is all my love, without any exception, goes to God and God alone. And yes, in the form of that family also. Definitely. But beyond the family, before the family is, when the family is, one day everybody will go away. This family, so-called family, it will all go away one day. Parents and grandparents get old and die. Children grow up and go away. Spouses come together and then separate. Life passes by. So, hold on to that which never passes away. That is devotion, bhakti. And dhyana, at one point, yes, totally detached from family. That is morning, evening, time of meditation, let the whole world disappear. I and my Lord, thou alone. Or if you are more inclined towards Buddhism or Vedanta, I center myself in the luminosity which is within. You're detached from not only the family, from the world, from the job, from the body, from the thoughts in the mind. Just that central luminosity, quietness within. Emily Dickinson, the poet, she writes, a polar silence. She says, there is a silence of the seas, of the sailor on the high seas, when you're alone. And then she says, a greater silence is the silence of death. Imagine a beloved person who has just passed away, and you're sitting quietly with the body. This is the silence of death. But she says, these shall society be considered compared to the polar silence of the soul turned within itself. Polar silence. So twice in a day at least, morning, evening, that polar silence. Turn inwards. Cut yourself away. What to speak of family, even from one body mind. And then the jnana approach. Everything and everybody is the same Brahman appearing in this way.